especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down.
He's brought down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Throwing on second down, Jackson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. And they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
This will be caught at about the 6.
Time to go to work. Let's go.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out now comes 2-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his 4th year now in the league as he gets set to operate this Houston Texans offense.
When we talk about the best dual quarterbacks in the NFL, don't leave Deshaun Watson out of the conversation. 2 straight years he's been a Pro Bowler. Excellent numbers again last season with 26 touchdown passes, 7 more added on the ground, and firm leadership and control of his Houston Texans team. Now he's looking forward to taking the next step and beating Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson in the playoffs and getting the Houston Texans to a Super Bowl.
On 2nd and 11 now, Watson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
At the 48, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Holding offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
the gun. Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. They'll make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get to play action and throw the ball deep later on.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Texans nothing.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. From the shotgun now, here's an inside game. And the Texans are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter shift to your defensive backs allow you that opportunity. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to roam now. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
83. A gain of
that's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that will pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. That's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him. This defense is really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Jackson's.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Hey, Charles, let's get a look at the draft class for this offense. Remember, no first-round picks this year. They traded it away. How much of a detriment is that?
Well, what they're hoping is the reason they traded away that first-round pick, that player won't be a detriment. He'll be an improvement for their team. And now as you get into the later rounds, in the middle rounds of this draft, that's when your scouting comes to the front. You have to hit on those selections.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. This will be a 37-yard attempt. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Complete.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
It's a gain.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10. At their own.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The MVP, Lamar Jackson, heading out again with his Ravens.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
Quick slant to Brown.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now Jackson on first down. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Set to kick off.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
A reminder, still some good games coming up here in Week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Pass. Incomplete in the end zone. A.J. Boye on the coverage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt.
No good. That keeps the score Texans 14, Ravens 7.
This is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
The final shot before the break. Watson going deep for Hopkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently, we're going to get right back to it.
Justin Tucker.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here are the Texans to take over. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They've had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. off of play action. It's Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Taken down.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Hey, 4-1 Mike. Check.
They're going for it. It's Watson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Now, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the 2nd half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? You want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
He's tackled.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And this is caught at the 8.
Jackson's.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Baltimore.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
31, the ball.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just heading straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. Now he'll escape to his, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
Lamar Jackson. his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his second touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
And now out comes Houston. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. A handoff as they run the counter play. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
We're all right. Just call the call. We're going to play.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Houston. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Texans have broken the tie. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt, that one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
Steps away to his left. Oh, what a juke into space. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Man, Lamar Jackson, we all know it, but he is just so elusive with the football.
I don't care how many times you go through tackling drills at practice and how many different situations you put guys in practice. It's not the same as trying to get Lamar Jackson on the ground. He forced 42 missed tackles last year. That's twice as many as any other quarterback in the NFL. To your point, very difficult to get him down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progression, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a decent gain on the ground. Call it 6, but it still leaves him with a ways to go on 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th down and goal.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on the play of the game now, 4th and goal. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson, and that is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this Texans defense stands tall. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And Watson's going to throw it here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's at the 40, the 20,
Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 38 to go. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And Jackson throwing once more. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again. Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Houston, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.